Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection is the most disappointing thing since Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was the most disappointing thing since Star Wars Battlefront, which was the most disappointing thing since Star Wars Battlefront 3. How does this one particular Star Wars video game sub-franchise continue to miss the mark so hard? I was pretty psyched when this was announced. Some of my very first memories are of playing Battlefront on the original Xbox. Any hangout, birthday party, or sleepover that was held at my house, it was more or less guaranteed that there would be at least an hour or two of Battlefront, sometimes like 12 hours. The original Xbox version of both games is actually still available on the Xbox Store, and over the years I've continued to drop back in on my Xbox One, usually just once every year or two for a bit of a nostalgic throwback, and that version's really good. In fact, all the other original Xbox games I play on my Xbox One still have the black bars on the side, but for some reason Battlefront 2 is in widescreen, so pretty cool. And it's not like I was desperate for a way to play this game, but when the Classic Collection was announced, I realized I've never actually gotten a chance to play this game online. So I thought for 35 bones, I guess it's worth it for the ability to play online, and I'm sure the graphical improvements will be nice. And they are. That's about it. First off, when you boot this thing up, it makes me register my game by opening a browser on my PlayStation and making me create an account with something called Asper. There are very few things I hate more in this world than having to create yet another account and another password for another fucking service that's gonna track my data and clog up my inbox with offers for bullshit. So we are not off to a great start here. Let's keep going. The UI. All messed up. It's all messed up. This little bar here down here that holds your weapon, it's like doubled up or something. I don't know what's up with that. This overheating meter here is supposed to fit perfectly inside the aiming reticle in the original, but here it's off. They're like different proportions or something. The character class selection screen is like covered up a little bit now for some reason in a way that it didn't used to be, so you can't see the character selection characters as well. Why? A minor thing I hoped they would change was in the original Kit Fisto squid guy, he could throw these energy bubble balls like in the cartoon, but on the interface it was just represented by a droideka with a shield up, because I guess, I don't know, they couldn't create just a bubble, so I was hoping they would change that to just an energy ball without a droideka in the re-release, but instead they just changed it to nothing, so it's just nothing, so that's great. The biggest, and for me, the most obvious improvement I was hoping for was increasing the analog stick sensitivity in Battlefront 2. Max sensitivity has always been way too slow and makes looking around feel so sluggish, but I forgave it over the years since it's such an old game, but yeah, they didn't fix that here either, so that sucks. Another thing they decided not to fix is the way they play movie clips before story missions. For some reason in the original, these clips are both squeezed and cropped, which I guess was forgivable in 04, but for this remaster, I really think they should have just gone in and replaced them with nice clean HD clips from the movies. I really doubt it would have been that much work. I mean, here's me doing it right here in the edit. But yeah, let's get into the real core issue with this collection. The multiplayer is a fucking travesty. First off, there's no 4-player split screen like there was in the original. Great, thank you so much. But the online, it just does not work. They advertised 64-player lobbies for this release, which is pretty awesome because once again, so many people who grew up loving this game like me never got a chance to try the online multiplayer. But for some reason they decided not to include crossplay, so at least in the time I've played, I've never actually seen a fully populated 64-player lobby. But the real shit is when you actually get into the game, because, oh boy, this is fucked. In the time I've played this during its launch window, I haven't experienced a single acceptable online match. I could explain with words what I'm talking about, but let's just play some clips instead. Every single match is like this. This isn't just a selection of the funniest clips or the worst moments. No, this is how every second of every match plays out. I mean, this was only announced like 3 weeks ago, so on that kind of timeline, couldn't you basically just wait until every aspect of the game is in tip-top shape before you announce it? You could, or Or, you know, you could just dig up some old games out of your bin, barely dust it off, and just slap it on the storefront for a quick buck. You can do that too, I guess. And yeah. So don't buy this. If you have an Xbox and you're dying to play, just buy the original. It's like $5 or something on the store. It's still really good. And if you just can't wait to play this online, well, too bad, because even if you bought it right now, it still looks like it's going to be a minute before you can play it online. Only buy this if you don't have an Xbox or a PC and you only desire to play it offline, but not with 4 people. And even still, just for offline play, the price tag of $35 is pretty high for that. Good things about this collection are the upscaling and the fact that you can play hero matches on any map, which I can't deny kind of makes my inner 7-year-old self squeal a bit, but the bad far outweighs the good. Unfinished UI, even though the UI was actually finished 20 years ago, barely any quality of life improvements, taking away features like 4-player split screen, and the absolute mess of an online mode, which was the main reason I bought this game. Fuck you, Bob Iger. Hey friends, thanks for watching. I'm still working hard on my GTA Vice City video, which funnily enough is another great game with another shitty remaster. I know this was a short, kind of random, rambly video. I just needed to air out some of my complaints here on this platform because I took this one pretty personally, but we will be returning to our regularly scheduled programming soon. Hit that sub button if you want to hear more of my voice, and let me know in the comments why you're pissed about this collection. Engage!